Yo, Big Catch back up in here. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm still shaken up by that XXX Stentation's analogy, that Super Bowl breakdown. But wow, that was heavy. That was heavy. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. We about to be reacting how Drake just made the worst mistake in his career. And this should be a good one. This should be a good one, y'all, because he's been acting up. He's been messing up left and right, and them boys is cracking down on you. TikTok everybody's cracking down on you. The jig is up, bro. You know what you did. You know what you did to that boy. Now I'm on it now. You know what you done did. And hopefully one of them other boys from the jail come and speak out, and the judge actually listens this time. And hopefully UMG can expedite this process, because you know what you think you got away with. We ain't going for that. But y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, with the point we are at, as Drake is having one of the worst weeks of his entire career because of just how much the Super Bowl has humiliated his entire name, unlike real greats who, when they are down, try to win back people to their side and do something that may be a step in the right direction, Drake is only marking his territory further and further in the losses he has already taken. And now, while Drake has been embarrassing nonstop after the Grammys and Super Bowl, and we have all seen this, with what Drake has just done and what he is about to follow it up with, he isn't just doing something anymore that is making us all laugh at him even more for being the biggest loser in hip-hop, but he has made a mistake so bad that he has angered and been put within the worst light possible from the people who made him the star who he became in the first place. And of course, I am talking about his label UMG. As now, beyond Drake even suing them, Drake managed to make things even worse as he just made this beef personal within the strangest way between him and the head of the label, Lucien. And now, between what Drake did, which just disrespected the wrong person, and the fact that he is now about to release his new album and try to prove that he is
the wrong guy. That's what he meant to say. The wrong guy. And I think Dot about to step on this tomorrow. I just believed it. That's my belief, my personal belief.
Bigger than his label in the industry, although we all know he is not. What is now clear is that beyond whatever else Drake has done in the past, he has officially made sure that he is never going to have a career, and the industry is about to make an example out of him so bad. But now, before we go any further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with Drake, I mean, when it comes to how this guy handles problems and decides to make moves, at this point, it really seems like he doesn't even want to have a career anymore, because there's just no way you can make this many awful decisions for the betterment of your career as a whole. Because once again, after losing nearly everything, Drake is making the same mistake that made Pusha T embarrass him, Kendrick Lamar take away everything he ever had, and has even made LeBron never speak.
Don't forget about Joe. Don't forget about old Joe. Old Joe embarrassed him too. Joe, who was it? Joe gave him the blueprint, right? It was Joe Buttons, then Pusha T, then Kendrick. Am I mistaken? Y'all let me know.
Speak to him again, and in all honesty, within a way that is much weirder and more off-putting, is when it comes to Drake and UMG right now, as Drake is back on his plot twist account and is trying to hype up his new album with Party Next Door, which in of itself, and just to show how many problems Drake is having, nobody seems to care about that record at all. Drake is now making strange posts to try and get some sort of attention for this record, and while he was trying to build an aesthetic for what is about to become his lamest album, the post that got the most attention was a picture that Drake posted of Lucien's daughter-in-law Sophia Richie, and when everyone saw Drake do this, and was questioning that if after losing to every single other person he has to this point and making them as angry as they did because he involved their families, why would he do this now against the most powerful person in the industry? Overall,
and he posted a picture. I don't know if he's gonna go over it or not. I just want to get it while it's fresh on my mind. He posted a picture of Serena Williams' manager or something like that, with him hugging on her neck or something like that. Which is like, yo, they say, yo, so you going at all the females, but you ain't going at Dot no more. You know Dot got another 5. You know Dot got another 5 plus 5. You scared, boy. He got you scared. Got you shaking in them furry boots. Word is bond.
While Drake's remaining fans may think he is standing up to the industry and is tough for this, we all just see this as another losing move that, beyond being weird, considering the actual effects that angering the people you are messing with can have on this entire move, just doesn't seem well thought out at all. But really, none of Drake's other moves have been in the first place, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised. And now, beyond Drake's obsession with making all of his feuds and standoffs that are over his career so personal, the question we need to ask is if Drake realizes that in this time where between both the success that Kendrick Lamar is seeing, as he is literally breaking every record on the charts, and even other artists who he has beef with like The Weeknd, who just did record numbers with his new album, that overall, beyond the competition of dropping right in this time where the biggest stars who you compete with have never been elevating their careers and names higher, that now you are not just going to have to stand off against and follow up the time where Kendrick Lamar has 5 songs in the top 10 on the Billboard and the entire top 3, and 3 top 10 albums to make things even harder, and the highest monthly listener count from a rapper, and now over 90 million listeners because that keeps going up, and so much else. But when it comes to the label that
so they only listening to you get all the millions of streams and all that just because he beat Drake. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is genuine. This is genuine love right here, man.
Has made sure that every single one of your albums up to this point performed the way it was supposed to, even when the quality was lacking. And of course, you already have major problems with. Drake just made things so much harder as he took this feud to an entire new level, which is without a doubt gonna solidify that for the first time in Drake's career, this record is not going to get pushed the way his past albums were, which means that it won't be forced onto every playlist and trying to have every single draw that it possibly can, which overall will then make this music, which already sounds so lacking, have the very difficult task of standing on its own for the first time in Drake's entire career since he has been in the actual industry. And I mean, considering the fact that Drake's fans are making a push and full-on plan on how to support Drake and this new album because even they are scared of having to defend the mess that he has made, and they do not believe that he can put up numbers like he did in the past, because otherwise they would not be making an organized effort to support this thing. This is really showing just how bad of a position Drake is in right now, because with the fact that the most delusional fan base in hip-hop is now starting to see the reality of where their favorite artist is at, which is of course not a good one, it is just starting to create the final chapter in what is going to be the moment that is going to end Drake's career once and for all. Because with Drake releasing an album in this time, we're now beyond him losing all of his hype as an artist, because more than ever, we saw the people are pretty much done with him for the most part at the Super Bowl. He has now just made the last thing that, as we all know, can make careers still look like they are going strong even when they are not, just have no reason to not just never support you again, but in actuality work against you.
He's still trying to act like he's strong. He unbeknownst to him, we don't look at you like that no more, bro. Those days is over. He's still trying to put on this image like, yeah, I'm untouchable, I'm unstoppable. You need facts, Crody. No. We don't look at you the same, bro. You're bugging, man.
Because again, as Drake is now making this beef and standoff he is having with his label go to the most personal level, as he is bringing the head of UMG's daughter-in-law into the public eye, and is now having his weird fans all talking about her and giving her unnecessary attention within this time where everything around Drake is just starting controversy and problems. Overall, Drake really was not thinking with this one, and he is going to regret this. As again, with people like Kendrick and Pusha T, this tactic beyond not just working in a lyrical back and forth is just a strange way to even confront someone you have a problem with. And it really only adds to the things that Kendrick said about Drake in the first place, as Drake really does look to pick on everybody around the person he is beefing with besides them directly. And overall, while he thinks he gets a gotcha moment out of this, in actuality, he looks weak for not going at the person straight on, and then he makes the person he is against like Kendrick and Push just diss him even harder. And so all in all, beyond this being weird behavior, which is showcasing the fact that Drake has never needed to grow up more than ever, because how are you still doing this thing, and especially when the consequences of doing so have never been higher? In the bigger picture of this all, we are going to look back at this moment as the very time that is going to make the industry not just refuse to ever help Drake, work with him again, and of course give him that ridiculous deal that he wants that even Taylor Swift doesn't have, but it's also going to...
That ridiculous deal even Taylor Swift doesn't have. What do you want, 600 mil? Boy, stop. Boy, you ain't getting no 600 mil. Lucian Grain said, no. What? We the reason why you popping, nigga. Our marketing dollars is the reason why you popping. You not the reason why you popping. Like, I want 600 mil. What? Stop gambling your money. Maybe that 400 mil will be something then. Maybe that 300, that 250 will be something then. Nah, man, you get no 600 mil. Go sit your ass down, boy.
To make sure that this split Drake has from his label and in this era we are heading in is not an easy one for him, because I am sure they are going to make this record for him as difficult as possible to get out and perform at even a fraction of what he has done in the past, as they are not just going to give him no support, but they're going to end up
they saying Drake going to direct consumer or something like that,
doing the exact opposite of that. And I mean, even before we get this album, this is why, while we know this collab album with Party and Drake is being released under Drake's OVO sound imprint, which is not connected to UMG, we don't know, because of this weird setup, how much Drake is going to be blocked by the industry, and even if he is actually allowed to release this album under the terms he is currently.
Hey, yo, Fantastic is on one today. He said this weird setup.
Again, because there is a rumor that despite this album being pushed as a collab album as we know it, that because of the tricky position Drake is in, that has only been made worse because of every single thing he has done, that he won't even be able to be credited on the record, or that he will have to be listed as a feature. But I mean, no matter how this album ends up coming out, with now Drake making sure that this beef between him and his label is only going to get a lot worse, as he did the same thing to the head of his label that made him lose in some of the biggest rap beefs that have ever happened of all time. Again, while maybe he thinks this pettiness gave him a cool post for his remaining fans, and maybe he thinks that this will make people want to listen to this album for some reason, beyond the games, when it comes to people who control the music industry and who have controlled and put Drake within the place to succeed the way he did for years, despite the fact that the quality of what he was releasing was down for so long. When you put all these pieces together, when you put all these pieces together and realize just
get it right,
how many problems Drake has made was down for so long. When you put all these pieces together, when you put all these pieces together and
hey, that lets you know he really be reading, boy. He really be reading. Hey, look, I need to practice my reading, man. He reads well. Hey, that's a professional reader right there, boy.
Realize just how many problems Drake has made, which, despite what his fans will tell you, are all because of his own doing. Well, overall, with Drake no longer having the power he used to, this album isn't just gonna flop on its own, because really, just think to yourself, when has there ever been a Drake record coming out that has had this little hype for it? But even beyond the failure that was inevitable, as Kendrick said it's game over and Kendrick has never ascended into a higher #1 spot, all while Drake has never been in a worse place, even beyond Drake's own failure, the industry is gonna make everything for him look way worse, all because he took this entire beef he is in with them to an entire new level. And now, as we are finally about to get this new record from Drake and P&D, and it will be the first record, of course, that we have heard from Drake since he has lost everything, what is now very clear is that this record is bound to be one of the biggest failures we have ever seen from a rapper at this level, because ultimately, and what is going to bring this entire downfall for Drake full circle, and maybe what will finally teach him a lesson, is that all these games and petty antics he has been doing, instead of just locking in and trying to make good music, is going to be his ultimate downfall. Because in this time, and after losing so much and after doing nothing to make things just look a little bit better, he is now at the point where he is trying to put out an entire album without ever actually doing any of the work you need to make a proper comeback record in the first place. And now, with all of the problems Drake has made, what is so clear is that when this record releases, from the fact that Kendrick Lamar may end up getting the #1 spot on the charts even without any new music because of all the Super Bowl hype, to the fact that now, between both the paperwork he has sent out to the personal place he has brought things to, his label actually has every single reason to make sure the worth of Drake in the industry has never been lower. All in all, what's clear is that Drake's entire career and image is about to change in a way that nobody would have ever expected before this entire moment, and when this all happens, we can really say that Drake lost everything and he will only have himself to blame for it. And so now, with all this
So with all that being said, let me know. Do you think Drake's jacket is too tight? Or do you think somebody done do you think somebody clocked him upside his damn head? Like, he's bugging, man. He's moving. Hey, look, we are witnessing how Drake actually moved behind closed doors. Now we see it. It's all out there. It's all out there. Say, Drake, we see you now, boy. We see how you move. This how he be moving behind closed doors when he at those shows. When he at the, like, say if he doing a concert with somebody, he going. He go through the door. He don't even hold the door for the person behind him. He ain't like us, man. Like, yo, I got the door for you. Boop. Nah, he just wait. He slams the door. He like, the fuck? What is he doing? Dumb, bro. They don't flush the toilet after you use it. He ain't at house. He don't flush it. Who did that? That's Drake. Yep, that's Drake. Y'all remember my house party? It was like, you look like you could drop a brick, drop a load. Hey, that's Drake. I told y'all, man. Drake and Kendrick Lamar is the movie Class Act. Duncan Penderhughes and Blade Brown, bro. That's who Drake and Kendrick Lamar is, bro. Duncan Penderhughes and Blade Brown. You can't get no better than that. That's Drake right there, bro. That's Drake. That is Drake. Duncan Penderhughes. His new name is Duncan Penderhughes. If you haven't seen the movie, look up the movie. It's for free on YouTube now. They got it for free up there. Y'all go check out Class Act. If you haven't seen it before. That is Drake. Drake is Duncan Penderhughes. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the video. He's just gonna keep on messing up, man. And we're gonna be right here to clown him. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.